Okay, Parker, first of all, just characterize your round today. Nice one to finish up.
Yeah, I would say, my whole motto for today was to punch first and make a birdie before I made a bogey. I did that and felt like I was just hitting the ball where I wanted to, and I didn't make hardly any putts on that front nine. Just burned a bunch of edges and just could never really get that momentum going. Felt like it was like, okay, got myself to 2 under. Now it's like, okay, I need to keep going. I want to get to 3 and 4 and 5. And I just kept missing those, 8 to 20 footers. Couldn't get any momentum going, and then, kind of a bad break there on my 9th hole, number 18. Tried to hit a little low slider out of the trees and just caught a tree and kicked straight back. But that's a big momentum shift to go from thinking you're going to make birdie and you're back on the cut line to then making bogey and falling 2 outside of the cut line. So that was a momentum shift in the wrong direction. But I fought hard on my back nine and made birdie there on my 13th hole and felt like I was all right, just keep plugging away. I got a par 5 in front of me and thought I could get it to 2 under with a birdie on the last, and I just one poor drive led to a double bogey on my 15th hole.
So despite not making the weekend, just characterize the week as a whole for us if you can.
Yeah, I would say, overall it's special to play here. I spoke to that yesterday. Special to play here. I think I was, it's with this sort of new pivot that I've done into the short game teaching part of it. The amount of times that people yelled Parker versus Chef today was like way more on the Chef side. And so I think that business, people are starting to appreciate the things that I'm, putting out there, and it's a nice fan base to have been cheering me on today.
Anything else, guys?
That drive in 15, all the times you played here, have you ever been behind that tree?
No, that was just such a bad break. I thought, as I was walking up there, I thought for a second it was going to be far enough back, and I could see the ball, and I was like, oh, maybe I got a shot. And then I get up there, and it was like this root was like this far above the ground, and so I just had to play sideways. But yeah, it just felt like if I could just somehow get that thing out 100 yards, I could get it up and down. But chipping sideways and then still having a 6-7 iron into that hole, I had to really play it tight there, and I got unlucky by about maybe 6-8 inches. It lands up on top. If it trickles forward, it's probably 10 feet, but falls back into the bunker and, end up missing a short putt and making double. So that was a killer for the round. If I make par there, I feel pretty good with 3 holes to go. Yeah, and I felt like I had good control of my game, and I felt like I was really in a spot where I was like, okay, I know I can make 1 or 2 birdies coming in.
What'd you hit off the tee?
I hit driver. Yeah, I just kind of got caught in the wind, and I didn't hit a bad drive. It only missed the fairway by like 5 yards, but it was just ended up in the wrong spot. Yeah.
Your third shot on that hole, when you were back out on the fairway, it looked like were you weighing between 2 clubs?
Yeah, I was between 6 and 7 iron. I was like 6 iron's probably going to be too much. 7 iron's going to be like right on the edge, but I felt like I had to play the edge because it's like it just sort of goes down into that thing. So I was like, if I can just carry that bunker, I think I'm going to hit it close. And so I saw my pitch mark. It was like literally like 6 inches from where it starts to fall towards the hole, and it just landed soft and fell back into the bunker. So that was unfortunate.
Parker, these last couple days, did it, and being just within a shot or 2 down the stretch, did this feel like the closest you'd come in several times out here to making cut?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if it was a couple years ago maybe that I was close, and I feel like I didn't birdie the last, and I thought I made the cut, and then I ended up missing it. But yeah, I was right there with basically 4 holes to play. Felt like I didn't really get much out of my round today. I felt like I'd left quite a few shots out there, just didn't make very many putts, and which is uncharacteristic. And so, yeah, I just felt like I was in like control of my game, and it felt good to be in the mix, right? That's what you want, is you want to have a chance to make the cut with 9 holes to play. And obviously I had set myself my sights were higher than that. I wanted to be 3, 4, 5, 6 under par, but I wasn't there, and so with 4 holes to play, 5 holes to play, I felt like I had a chance to make the cut, which is, you know, that's all you can really ask for. The last thing you want to do is be 9 holes to play thinking you got to make 9 birdies, you know.
Did the wind pick up on you at any point for you today?
No, it just stayed pretty constant. I was surprised that it blew as hard as it did. I think it was scheduled to sort of lay down a little bit, but it's shifted directions a little bit, more out of the south and the east. But you know, it was an odd wind. But I think, you know, you look back on it, I think that the guys that probably played late yesterday and early today definitely got the better end of it, because it was pretty calm this morning from what I could see.